one you're not going to like. Someone I know in the past week who knew someone else I know and I were talking about someone else who was found dead. Someone had given them fentanyl in an injection. While the buzz on the street was that person committed suicide, I saw him 48 hours before he passed, and he was not suicidal in the least. And other people have confirmed that. What's interesting is the other guy that I had spoken with us about this past week was overdosed also. The interesting fact about the two is they both may have gotten the stuff from the same people. And the second case, who survived, fortunately, required, I thought, 4, but he's now seen the hospital reports, and by the way I understand this is under investigation for attempted murder by LAPD. It took 8 hits of fentanyl on the way to the hospital to keep him alive. There's no question that was a target. Somebody wanted him dead because of things he knew, high-level intelligence and other things. I think somebody should go back and autopsy Nikki's body and find out what happened to Nick, who died in Venice on a Saturday night a couple of weeks ago. I heard mixed stories first that he planned it, and then he wasn't dead at all. He was in a hospital that was a police cover. If it wasn't a police cover and he did hit the morgue, the kid from Ohio named Nick, I think you need to go back and pull samples and see how heavy his dose was. Nick was not an idiot, and Nick was not the type to overdose, and certainly not something that would have required 8 hits of fentanyl or more. Fortunately for his sake, no one had any when they found him with the Narcan statement. But 8 hits of Narcan to stay alive, getting to a hospital for the one person who got the stuff from the same other person. It's not only being used in the sex industry, it's being used as a target for rape, for identity theft, phone thefts. They get you knocked down enough they can take your shit because you don't know what's going on. But when they overload so much that even 4 hits of Narcan can't keep you alive, 8 got them to the hospital in time, that's definitely a terrorist act and an act of homicide. LAPD, I strongly suggest you do an autopsy on Nikki, and you escalate that one matter where there's 8, and you pass it on to people at the State Department, who I've been very prevalent about, as well as people at the Bureau and others who are handling this, including people who do DHS per the State Department in calls I had earlier this morning in D.C. That would be my strong recommendation. To you jackasses who are doing this, do you realize it's an act of terrorism to do this type of stuff you're doing? Not just murder, it's not just homicide, it's not just rape, it's a terrorist act. You're intentionally trying to destroy someone so you can break them down, to do your will, get you what you want, or kill them. You might want to read up on federal crime. They're not really happy when you do shit like that. And if you keep doing stuff like that and don't bring this shit to a screaming halt, there's a lot of people looking for you. Do you really need the manhunt this week? Food for thought. What are you doing to help world peace today? Tell the truth. I'd love to hear your story.